Good afternoon, students. In the last class, we have discussed about introduction to power system. That is, power system include generation, transmission, distribution, and we have read about line diagram of transmission and distribution system, and we have read advantages of high voltage transmission. Okay, today we shall know about the overhead transmission lines. You know already overhead transmission line. Can anyone answer what is overhead transmission line? You have observed while walking on road, or you have observed, okay, what is overhead transmission lines? Can anyone answer? Overhead transmission lines you have seen? Whether you have seen overhead transmission lines? Don't say I have not seen, because everyone even though they are not electrical engineering, they will be knowing about overhead transmission lines. Maybe they don't know about that heading, but they know about overhead transmission lines. Okay. Here, overhead and underground cables. Here, overhead transmission lines we shall read. It is a well known that when a rope or a conductor is suspended between the 2 points, that is, for example, suspended between the 2 points means one pole is there and another pole is there. If it is suspended between two poles, that is what I am drawing the conductor. Okay, if the rope is suspended between the two poles, that is, then it shows a tendency to sag down. That means it if any pressure or a tension in that conductor on that conductor, then the conductor will come down. Okay, it will come down slowly. Similarly, when a wire or a conductor is suspended between the 2 points, that is, they have taken rope as example. If you compare with the conductor, that is what same it will happen. Okay, when a wire or a conductor is suspended between the 2 points, for example, this is a pole and this one is pole and this one is conductor. Okay, this is a conductor. And then the sag, that is between two conductors, the wire or conductor, it will come down because, due to tension or pressure on that wire, it will come down. The wire takes the shape of a catenary or a parabola. Okay, you can see this like this. Okay, like this or like this. This is a shape of catenary or a parabola. This sag plays an important role in mechanical design of the overhead transmission lines. Okay, this is what here you can observe here: support 1, support 2. Support 1, support 2 is nothing but a pole 1, pole 2, and wire or a conductor. We can say the transmission lines are designed primarily from the economy point of view. Here, if you have low cost, to have the low cost and length of the transmission line must be L, that is a particular some length is there for that, because when you economy point of view, they are reducing the length between the 2 points, that is the length between the two supports, and cost also. We want to reduce the cost also. If you increase the sag and conductor requirement also increased. If you increase sag, then extra height of the supporting poles also required, and this increases the cost. So they will, but that's why sag is fixed. Okay, sag is fixed between the two conductors. This Due to the sag, it requires more conductor material. If we increase the sag, conductor material requirement is more. This increases cost. Okay. So, to keep cost minimum, sag also must be kept minimum. So, sag must be kept to minimum to reduce the cost. Okay. What is the definition of sag? Definition of sag. Can anyone answer? The difference in levels. Difference in levels means this is difference. Okay. This is a, sorry. Difference in levels. You can observe here it is a equal. It may be equal or unequal. The difference in levels I have said. Now maybe one support may be in low and one support may be in high. Okay, high height. Now the level between the supports may be the difference in level between point of supports. That is difference between the difference in level between point of supports A and D and the lowest point on the conductor. Lowest point on the conductor is, you can observe, O. Okay, that is called sag. That is denoted by S. Okay, the here not fully stretched, but it is allowed to sag down. They are saying that we have not stretched out, we have not connected like that. The transmission line is not fully stretched, but we will leave somewhat sag to the conductor. Okay, sag to the conductor. The point O is the lowest point on the conductor. Here to explain about the sag, we have here I have shown two supports, and here from A to B, this distance is called span. Okay, distance between the two supports is nothing but span. Okay, and important points related to the sag we should know, that is it is necessary to note some points regarding the sag, and that is sag, for sag calculation it is important when the supports are at the same level. If for example normal road, okay, normal road and normal level it is, then two supports will be in same height and same level. Okay, for example if rivers or any dam side and mountain side, okay, at that situations one tower may be at lower stage and one tower may be at higher stage. The level may be unequal. Okay, when the supports are at the same level, then shape of the conductor is catenary. Okay, when the supports are at the same level, the shape of the conductor will be catenary, and the shape of the conductor is called sag span curve. Sag span is nothing but, I have said, distance between the two conductors, and if the sag is small compared with the span, then that is called sag span curve is parabola. Okay, if sag is small, that is instead of this much, now it is sag is more. Okay, when you see this diagram, sag is more. Okay, if sag is less, for example if it is this much, okay, this much, when sag, when you compare sag with span, if sag is small compared with the span, then that is a parabola. Okay, that curve is called parabola. Next, the tension at any point on the conductor. You can see here I have written T and H here. The tension on any, you can take any point. Okay, the tension at any point on the conductor, it will act tangentially. Okay, it will act tangentially. Next, at point P on the conductor, the tension acts, that is the tension T acts tangentially. Here the T has two components, that is the tension has two components, one is horizontal and one is vertical. Here you can observe which is acting horizontal and which is acting vertical. Here we one is acting horizontal, that is H, and another vertical is weight we consider. Okay, weight we will consider. And next to the tangent direction at point O is horizontal, thus the tension at point O acts horizontal, that is denoted as SH, I've already said. And next, the horizontal component of the tension is constant throughout the length of the wire. You can take at the any point, the horizontal component of the tension is constant throughout the length of the wire. If the horizontal component of the tension is H at point O, which is constant throughout the length of the wire. That is what they are saying. That is, it will be constant throughout the length of the wire. The horizontal component of tension at point P is also H. At point O is also H, and at point P is also H. Wherever you take point on the conductor, the tension which is acting horizontally, that point is H. Okay. The tension at the supports is approximately equal to the horizontal tension acting at any point on the conductor. The horizontal component tension acting at any point is H, I have already said. And if T tension at the support A or B, then T is equal to H. Calculation of sag and tension. In this, we read about different calculation, that is supports at equal level and supports at unequal level. Now you will understand how to calculate that supports sag. Okay. Supports supporting the conductor located at equal level, and supports supporting the conductor are located at unequal level. First we shall know calculation of supports at equal level. Okay, what we should find out in this supports at equal level means, first 2 points you need to remember. That is, first you should know span and sag. What is span? Difference between the two two poles are support. Here, from here to okay, from here, this is a span. This is a span that we take as capital L. Okay, they are saying that O is a mid span. They are saying it is a mid span. How you should prove? The point is the lowest point on the trajectory, and it can be proved that point O is at mid span. How you will prove? And if it is point O is at mid span, then L is equal to capital L by 2 and small l is equal to capital L by 2. This is divided. Okay, L is divided into two parts, L by 2 and L by 2. Next, here take point P. That is L is equal to nothing but length of span in meters, and W is nothing but weight per unit length of the conductor. Okay. T is nothing but tension in the conductor in kg. Now you consider a point P on the conductor, and let point O is a origin. So what are the coordinates of point P? You can observe here. Here point O is origin, and they have considered point P on, you can take anywhere on the conductor. Okay, so here point P is considered on the conductor. These coordinates are x comma y. Okay, P coordinates are x comma y. When O is origin, then P coordinates will be y. Next, length of span. L is large compared to the sag. You can observe here figure, sag is small. Okay, when you compare with the span. Okay, sag is small when you compare with the span. So the shape will be here parabola. Okay, the curve is very small due to the here span L is large compared to the sag, hence the shape of the conductor takes the form of parabola, and L is equal to, has already said, capital L divided by 2 of span length, and the curve is very small due to small sag. It can be assumed that length of OP is of the conductor is same as the x coordinate of point P. That is, they are saying that it is similar. Here length of OP is similar to here. So they are considering length of OP is equal to x. So length of OP is equal to x. Okay. Now they are considering two external forces acting on the portion OP. What are the two forces? First is horizontal and second is vertical. Okay, these two forces will act on the conductor that they have taken somewhat portion from O to P. Okay, now the tension T is a vertical force, and this is a tension T is a horizontal force, and weight omega x is a vertical force. You can observe in the figure, tension T is the, here T is the horizontal and omega x, this is a vertical force. Okay, now tension T into distance. Distance is force into distance. So distance from O to here is, how much it is there? Y. Okay, T into Y, and vertical force is omega x, and if you consider the distance is what you will get? Distance x by 2. Okay. So taking moments of these two forces about point P and equating them, we get that T into Y is equal to omega into x by 2. If you solve that, Y is equal to omega x square divided by 2t. Usually for parabola, y is equal to x square, somewhat they write the equation. So when you compare with that parabolic equation, so we can say that the conductor is a parabolic in nature. Okay. Next, what we required at the support A and B, the vertical distance y. Okay. They are saying that at support A and B, the vertical distance is y from the origin O, indicate the sag. This they are saying that when you take the total part, okay, now just they have considered somewhat portion from O to P. If you consider the total support A or B, if you consider then from that they are taking O as origin. Okay, now before we have done some portion point P. Now you consider this one. Okay, this one. Now if you consider that, then O is origin, and what about A coordinates x comma y, then this will become y. Okay, this will become y, and this will be from O to here x. Okay, A coordinates are x comma y. So what do you mean by y? Y is equal to nothing but yes. Okay, what about x? X is nothing but capital L by 2. Okay, that you need to substitute here. Okay, if you substitute that, what you will get? So S is equal to omega divided by 2t L by 2 whole square. Okay, that is what you will get. When you come y, instead of y they have substituted yes, and instead of x we have substituted L by 2 whole square. Okay, instead of x we have substituted L by 2. So what we get when you substitute omega L square divided by 8t. Now we know the value of s and we know the value of y, but what we want is, we want sag at point P. Okay, here I'll say, you can observe this figure. I have written here sag at P. Okay. Now we know Y value and we know the total S value. Okay. We know from this portion and we know the value of this portion. But we don't know the sag at point P. Okay. This is the sag from here to, sorry. From here to here. Okay. This is what we need to find out. Sag at P. Then what we should take the formula for that? We know S value, and if you do S minus Y, we will get the value of sag at point P. Okay. Sag at P. So what they have done, we know the value of S and we know the value of Y. Just S minus Y, we will get the value of sag at P. So S value is omega L square divided by 8T and minus Y value is omega X square divided by 2T, and when you take common omega divided by 8T, you will get L square minus 4x square. Okay. Sag at P is equal to what we get? Omega divided by 8T, open bracket, L square minus 4x square, close bracket. Okay. First what you need to do is, first you analyze the diagram. What is the vertical force and what is the horizontal force? First you should consider the portion OP. First you should solve that Y, and next you should go with the comparison. After solving from somewhat small portion, that is O to P, okay, O to P, then you should consider the support also. Okay, when you consider the support, A coordinates will become X comma Y. At that situation, Y will be equals to S and X is equals to L by 2. When you replace instead of Y S and instead of X is equal to L by 2, then that time you'll get S is equal to omega X square divided by 8T, I think. Omega S is equal to omega L square divided by 8T. Okay, that is what you'll get. When you know the value of S and Y, just you solve S minus Y, you'll get sag at P. Okay, that is what the supports at equal level. Now we shall solve the problem. An overhead line has a span of 250 meter. That means they are saying two poles, or you take any two transmission towers, any support, between two supports there is a distance is 250 meter. Okay, between two supports there is a distance is 250 meter. Okay, this distance is 250 meter. Okay, the tension in the line is 1500 kg, while the conductor weight is 750 kg per meters. Calculate the maximum sag in the conductor. We know the L value and T value, and we know the omega. They have given 750 kg per meter. So 0.75 750 divided by 1000. If you do, you will get 0.75 kg per meter. Next, S is equal to formula omega L square divided by 8T. So 0.75, omega value is 0.75 and L value is 250 and T value is 1500. If you solve that, you will get 3.9062 meter. Okay, this is what sag calculation. Next class, in next class we shall read about the supports at unequal level.